Alright, so we have just put in the bolt, the washers, and the nut. So that would have made sure that the pulley fits inside of the bracket. But a piece that we put in that I didn't really explain was this piece here. Now if you remember, the the pulley has an inner hole of 15, which is this big hole, and that big hole is this space, but then it has the bolt which can only fit in this small hole. So there's a huge space here. So what we can do, we can get something called a bushing. So what a bushing is, it just acts as a spacer, but it's a cylindrical object. Usually you will have bronze bushings, and what will happen is that this will just slide over the bolt and act as a spacer between the bolt and the pulley. So the funny thing is that we don't have to do anything for it because it would already be there. So what I will do though is I'll just draw the bush or the bushing so that we have it as a part, which is the most important thing. So we have the front and view, so copy, and I will put the bush here. So what is missing is the hidden detail from it. Well, not the hidden detail rather. Because the bushing is a cylinder, you will be able to see the hole. So here's our bushing. Copy it, put it over here. So we can call it bushing or bush one off. I'm just gonna check here. Alright, so let me come here now. So we have in our bushing, what we're missing, the shaft of our bolt going through here. So all I need to really do is just extend. Alright, so I'm just making sure you can see all my parts in the plan view as well. Alright, so now we had another condition where we would connect the bracket to a table or surface. So we use the same principle again. We're going to put a washer, nut, and bolt. So this is the shaft of the bolt that is here. And I think we did that at 6. So I'll probably do one here at 9. Okay, 9 is not the biggest, not the smallest. So we go polygon, and number size 6. Center is here, circumscribe. So I have the head of my bolt. I make the center hidden. Once again, I offset to make threads, offset 1. So here are my threads. All I need now is a washer. So the washer, I think this one was 9. So I'm going to try the washer at 12. So it's a pretty big washer, but we'll try 11. Okay, so that can work. And what I'm going to do here is just copy it. And I should actually delete those first. Just delete these circles. And now I'm going to draw the front view. So we start with the washers. Washers go up. And I'm going to put the thickness of these washers at 2. So this washer is completed. And what I will do is I will copy this washer. I'll copy the washer from the bottom center, which is here. Let's copy it here. So there are those washers. Now I'm going to put in the bolt. Same principle. Project the lines up, and in this case, I'll put the bolt at the bolt is at the top, the nut is at the bottom. I'm not going to draw the table or the surface between the two. So this will be the height of my nut. So I'll offset this maybe 6. And down 6. Then we offset 1. Go in 1. Go in 1. Then we trim again. So we trim to clean it up. Okay, and now delete this, delete this. Do the same thing again where we have our line 1, line 2, line 3, line 1, line 2, line 3. We do our 3-point circle. Same thing on the bottom, 3-point circle. We just delete these extra lines. side. Once again, we copy to the next side.
Quiet, but this is definitely not a swimming beach. There's lots of shells. It's kind of more muddy. Well worth it to come out here to the end just for a look, just to see, just to admire this landscape. It's like almost otherworldly. So cool. Amazing day trip from Nakhon Si Thammarat. Right here from the end of Lem
Okay,
Khamun.
so
This is where I'm gonna end the
that's the
video.
front of the boat,
An
that's the plan
amazing
of the
day
boat.
trip from Nakhon Si Thammarat.
So this is it
That
coming down.
seafood meal
So
was
once again,
special
we'll
on
have a
that
little
night.
piece
I want to
sticking
say a
out.
huge thank you for watching this video. Please
What
don't
I'll
forget to
do
hit
as
that thumbs
well
up if
though
you enjoyed. Leave a
is
comment below. I'd love to hear from you.
I
If you're
will
not already
project it
subscribed, click
across into
subscribe and
the
also
other
click the
view.
little bell icon. That way you'll immediately get notified of the next video that I
So we
publish.
project it
Goodbye
across
from
and up.
Nakhon Si Thammarat, Southern Thailand. See you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.
So we go across and we go up.
Where should you go to eat the best
And
seafood
I can't
in
copy it
Phuket?
over here because remember it's a different drawing.
Hey everyone, it's Mark Weens, and in this video
So
I'm
in
going to be
one
taking you
view
to
we're
eat at
seeing
3
one
local
bump,
Thai
well
restaurants
3
that all
bumps,
serve
and the
extremely
other view we're
fresh
seeing 2
seafood.
bumps. So it's very important that you
Eat some famous
understand
seafoods
that
you probably
so you do not
recognize.
make that mistake in the exam.
And some seafoods
So we
that
put in the
might
center line
surprise
here
you. Oh man, that's delicious. Phuket,
and I
an island
project
in southern
across the
Thailand, is blessed with just about
top and the bottom,
everything from fish, mashed fish with curry paste, something you cannot miss, to crabs, fish fresh, steamed, perfect, and
and
combined with
I'm pulling this
flavorful Thai
across to hit
spices
the
and
edge,
herbs. You're in for
then
an
hit the center,
unforgettable Thai seafood tour.
then hit the edge again,
We have a lot of
so
amazing
that I
seafood
have
to eat, and we're
already
beginning at the first place,
separated my lines.
right along the beach.
I'm just going to trim these purple lines in here so that's not confusing. And I'm going to put a vertical line here.
This restaurant is
So
called
just ready for the 3
Bang
bumps.
Eng number 2,
Left,
and it is a
right,
local seafood restaurant in the south of the island.
left, right,
And one of the great things about this restaurant is they have live seafood. You're
trim.
guaranteed extremely fresh seafood. Okay,
Same
live
thing up
seafood.
here.
Okay.
3-point.
Oh yes. Okay, sure. And these are the local Phuket lobsters, the 7-colored lobsters. Okay, no,
So
no
all we need
worries.
to do is trim.
Okay, it doesn't get fresher than this. And one of the specialties here is the local 7-colored Phuket rock spiny lobsters. Oh, oh,
Alright, so
oh yeah, that is
that bowl
fresh.
is finished. So remember I did not do the washer.
They have this entire hut here dedicated to the fresh live
Just
seafood
highlighting.
cakes, and you can choose what you want. But even if you don't
And I'll
choose what
just
you want, you
copy
know you're gonna
this
get fresh
over.
seafood because they keep everything. I mean, most things
So
live.
copy it from the
And
center
also,
here.
they specialize in blue swimmer crabs.
Make
That's
sure you
something
put it in
almost
the
every
correct
one of our students
space.
also. We've got to have
Now
that.
since the washer is a cylinder,
Okay, so he's gonna get started
I
on
can
one of
just
the
copy the
fish.
washer across.
Girl, so this is the
Because the
Tripoli
washer is
fish.
going to be the same thing in the front view and the end view.
Now he comes over here to the grill on. Oh, so this goes onto a banana leaf.
So
This sits on a
just
banana
trim,
leaf. So on
trim
goes
the
the
extra edge.
coconut shell. Oh, and immediately that starts to ignite because it's quite dry. It starts to ignite and immediately smoke. You can see the smoke pouring from that coconut husk, and that's all going to embed into the
Right, so
fish.
we have put the last
Rest
part
of the
in.
banana leaf over the
Well, the
top.
only thing missing is the base of
Yeah,
this.
it's
So
almost like a smoke pit
we have the double
barbecue
line here.
back here. Such a
The
cool
offset.
setup, and all for their special smoked
And I'll
coconut
offset
husk
5
smoked
down.
fish. And so, actually, that takes a long process because it's an indirect smoke, and just using that low heat
So the
to
reason that
smoke
we're
the coconut
offsetting
husk
down
to roast that fish.
is to
So it
show the
takes a long
bottom
time to
part of the
cook.
bolt.
It takes about
So
an
the bolt
hour,
is going to
depending on
screw
the size
through
of the
this
fish.
nut and
So
it's going
they're
to
so
come out here at the
delicate,
bottom.
and luckily they have one ready for
So
us.
offset this by 1.
It's like a local seaweed. Oh, okay.
And now I just need to project up the 2 lines. So this is the
Oh, okay.
circle.
Been to Phuket many times,
So
but
I'm just
never
projecting it
very
to the
close.
object.
And it's gonna be my first time. No, my
I
first
actually
time.
copy
Oh,
it.
my first time. And we're gonna see what they make with this. Very seasonal for only 2 weeks per year. Only available maybe for 2 weeks per year. Okay, so first,
Alright, so that is it
there's a
there.
little bit of flour.
Just
Curry
extend
paste
to
goes
the left
in. An egg goes in.
and the right. 3-point circle.
Okay.
Left, right,
So you're just
center.
gonna make a batter deep
And
fry
that is
that
the
fish.
bottom of my bolt. So that bolt is finished, or rather the shaft of the bolt that is there is finished. So this shaft, because the shaft is cylindrical, we're going to see the shaft the same over here, same here, and the same here. Alright, so now we're going to draw the bolt. We have here the bolt washer.
You can see all those leaves already floating to the surface, and then she strategically places the shrimp
And
on
in that.
top of the leaves.
So remember the exploded drawing. We have to put these parts, or show these parts in the exploded drawing. So I'll just put them over here now. So we will call this bolt here the secondary bolt. I'm going to extend a few of the lines so that we can see it clearly.
It's like a whole sheet. And I think that's ready. Golden, crispy. Oh, that's so aromatic too. Okay. Well, that's ready. And they actually mentioned that everything else has
So
already
I'm just projecting up the part with the threads and bringing down the part that has in the hidden. So now I'm going to move the washer. Move the washer by the center line on the plan view. So just move the washer over here. I'll copy this circle back. And the bolt, the nut, sorry. With the nut that is here, I'll just copy the nut as well. So the nut will have the same plan view. So just a bit of trimming and cleaning. So if you remember, over here is just the bolt. So with the bolt, just deleting all of the other things, because those other things are not a part of the bolt. And I'll extend this upwards. Draw the bottom of the bolt here. So the point of it is, what you want to show is that when you have drawn your bolt here, your bolt is the same measurement or the same size as the one that is in the next drawing. So let's take a look. So this can actually fit in here flush, meaning it's the same piece. This exploded drawing shows every part separate or individually. So we have here the washer. A washer is going to have a solid circle inside. So I'm just going to trim off some so that it's not that big. So the parts are not that spaced out.
But you can actually fit, you can fit this entire piece. It's so convenient. Oh, it's just sliding out of the head. And then you just slide
Horizontal center line for the washer.
Oh,
And what is missing also from this washer, the hidden tail lines.
Oh man, and the way that they put it is so convenient. That would be the most convenient lobster cutting I've ever seen in my life. Okay, put about half of this.
And we just need to trim now.
Oh, look at that.
Change layer.
Of lobster. For my first bite, I don't think it needs any sauce or any butter or any dipping.
Alright, so the washer is finished, and here's our nut. Now usually with the nuts, I would flip them because this nut here is upside down.
Wow. And that's the bite with some of the pomelo.
So I'm rotating.
From the head juice.
I just make sure that it lines up.
And you really taste the freshness of this lobster. Sometimes you'll get lobster like this, and you can tell it's not fresh because it has a mushy texture, or the texture is not quite right. This one is firm. Oh, that's one of the better lobsters I've had in Phuket. Incredible, fresh, firm. Just the quality of the lobster
just a bit of tidying up to do on it.
Perfect. Okay, but she did mention that we
So
should
we have here the center lines,
sauce. That's one of the options.
and I'm missing the hidden.
Nice dip. Pull, just let it rattle around in the butter, jiggle it around. Oh man.
So I'm just gonna copy this one time.
Sensational lobster.
So this is hidden,
That butter, adding that richness.
and I'm going to copy it
I also want to try it in the
from
Thai seafood
here.
sauce.
So those are the hidden
The Thai
lines.
seafood sauce, which includes
And
garlic,
once
chilies,
again, I'll
licorice
name
sauce, and
these
lime juice,
pieces.
and maybe a little bit of sugar as well. Oh, I mean, because the lobster is
So
good.
we have here our
With anything,
secondary bowl.
ready to plain and be happy. Butter, Thai seafood sauce. That's just world class lobster.
Secondary bolt, and we have 4 of these secondary bolts. Because if you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have, this is our secondary washer. So we will actually have 8 of these, because we have some above and we have some below. And then our secondary nut, we will have 4 of these.
To the flavor of the leaf, to the flavor of the shrimp in the shell. I love the texture of it. The leaf itself has just a little bit of a nutty taste to it, but it's not overpowering.
Alright, so
Kind of a mellow leaf.
those are all of the parts.
Right now it's only available for 2
So we will have here our orthographic drawing.
so crispy. Oh, it's wonderful.
This is our orthographic. Orthographic projection, the pulley assembly. And whenever we do an orthographic drawing, we should put in our symbol. So our symbol, horizontal line. We draw a radius 5. We then draw a radius 10. Project across 20.
Next up, I'm going to try their homemade homo. And homo is like a fish, kind of a steamed fish custard. It's a custard, that's what it is. But this is made with, not a sweet custard, it's made with coconut milk. It's made with, they said made with king mackerel. And then also should be curry paste in there, as well as you can even see the shreds, the fine shreds of makrut pine leaf in there as well. And then steamed with a banana leaf packet. You can see how juicy it remains because it's steamed in that leaf. And then also
So this is our projection symbol for our first angle projection, which we are using.
Oh, so there's pieces of the
We'll just change the center line.
and then the coconut milk and the curry paste just kind of
So we have the name of it.
custard. Now put this on my rice. This should be in
Over here now, we just copy this across. Over here is exploded drawing. Exploded drawing the pulley assembly.
But savory with fish, with the richness of the coconut milk. It's so juicy as well. I love that fresh citrusiness of those lime leaves.
And then we're going to copy the
Turmeric in there.
symbol across.
Oh, that's phenomenal. That goes down
So
easily as well.
over here now,
If you do pick a bite,
you have to make sure you show the dimensions for every single part. Because if somebody's going to take this up to make it, you have to make sure all of the dimensions are shown or visible, and they must be done correctly.
so you've got 2 kinds of shrimp in here. Another dish you gotta eat with rice. Add some more of that shrimp paste sauce. Chilies in here, and I'm gonna
So we come here, show the height of it.
get some of that shrimp all together with the stink beans.
So there's these areas that have holes. You're gonna highlight it, and then double left click, change to
I love steamed beans, one of my favorite ingredients. And then
diameter
crunch of the onion,
12.
the sweetness of the onion, that
So you need to show
umami that
every
permeates the
single
top.
measurement,
And then
the
just
length
fresh
of the
sour
web,
shrimp. Yeah, delicious. And then another
the
seafood I
height
love
of
for
the web,
specialties is the steamed blue swimmer crab.
how far in the center
Again,
line
as
goes.
fresh as possible. Let's put this little
Now
guy on top.
usually you draw
And then
back
while
the
you
same
have the
dimensions
top of the shoulder,
that
you
the
can go over the
drawing has
apron
given you.
down here, the crab apron, go
And CXC will always ask you to do
up
this on a
the
question.
slaughter, and then that will pull off the entire shell. Oh, there's some
So
more
put by the
inside
same
this as well.
dimensions.
But then we can pop
So we
open
go over
the
here, do the
wallet
same
in
exact
half.
things.
We're going to slaughter
110.
but inside of there, you'll get a mix of meat, and there you have a perfect nugget of
And
crabs, even
we
with all
have
of the
80.
bone there.
And we show any new measurements that we put in,
Oh, yes.
which is
We've
this
got
hole
the
here,
silky texture of it. It's so stringy
that
and
the height
so
of the web.
sweet.
Try not to duplicate
Oh,
measurements. So I'm just showing in the
and here,
example
no sauce, no seasoning,
that you can have some measurements
just fresh, steamed,
in one view
perfect.
for the
What was the
same
great thing
part
about
in
the Street
another,
Food
but
Card
you
is
don't really want to
they know that they're
duplicate them.
serving the best quality, the freshest seafood, and so there's not
So over here
a
now,
lot of the dishes are just straight
we have the
steamed or
radius of the
grilled
circles.
without much seasoning on them at all, because the seafood itself is what really is the star of the show, and that's definitely why Gan Eng #2 is such an incredible seafood restaurant, because the actual seafood that they get.
And once again,
That
this
being
has to
said,
be done for
for my
every
butter
single
crab, I
piece.
will go in for the seafood
So you
sauce.
put on all of your dimensions
Garlic and chilies sound good with are good with everything.
and
Always.
change to the correct dimension there.
Little scooper. You can scoop up that chilies and garlic into a little trough. Oh man.
Alright, so the last thing I'll show is
Sweet, silky,
when it comes to
juicy.
a part with
I'm not sure what
threads,
else you could ever
you
want.
dimension,
Before we get to the
go to
bottom,
your
just
annotate,
look at the body of that blue swimmer crab. That's one of the benefits of these crabs.
click
Is that they're
diameter,
small. They look
and you
small,
dimension the
but
bigger
they're small.
circle,
You just know that
and you
the
change that
meat
to
to shell
M16.
ratio is impressive.
So any of these parts that have threads, you need to put this M dimension on them. So you will put it on the bigger circle, diameter,
So good. And then one more dish
and it
that
only
we
goes
always
for the
have to
parts
try.
that have
It's
threads.
not actually seafood at all. It's chicken. It's called
And
gaitong.
once again, you will
It's
change it
chicken soup with lots of lemongrass and lots of
to
ginger
N.
in here. And then chicken, boiled chicken soup. This is another very famous dish that they have
Alright,
here
but with
that I
these,
think everyone orders.
I did not dimension everything, but every single measurement for every single part has to be shown. And this is our exploded and our orthographic. After this, we'll still have a few things to do, but as I said, all of these things need to be dimensioned so that if anyone takes up these objects, they can make them. And that's the reason why dimensioning is so important. And once you have dimension, you make sure that you change the layer to the dimension layer.